the girl with the beautiful face. There was a girl who, while coming from a lowly background, was so extraordinarily attractive that she became well known across the area. She turned down every suitor since she knew how much the young men in the kingdom admired her, and she waited for a dashing prince to come along. It didn't take long for a dashing prince to arrive, and upon seeing the young lady, he instantly fell in love and lavished her with presents and compliments. Everyone agreed that they were the ideal pair, and the lavish wedding was well received. But as the young princess's joy and the shine from the parties and gifts faded, she discovered that her charming young husband wasn't quite as amazing as she had thought. He was cruel and self-centered, behaving like a tyrant against his people and boasting about his wife as if she were a hunting prize. She didn't think twice about tell her husband this when she realized that everything about him was a section 8. However, he responded to her in a similar way, telling her that he had only selected her because of her beauty and that, had she not allowed ambition and selfishness to get in the way of her decisions, if she hadn't given in to her desire to live in a palace and her ambition. The princess wept for days after realizing that her husband's harsh remarks were true. She thought back to all the honorable and decent young men she had turned down in order to become a princess. The princess attempted to correct her error and leave the palace, but the prince forbade her as his wife's remarkable beauty was widely discussed, thus solidifying the prince's reputation as a remarkable man. The princess tried so hard to get away that she finally found herself imprisoned and under continual observation by guards. Having compassion for the princess, one of the guards made an effort to lift her spirits and provide her with some companionship and conversation while she was being held captive. They were growing close friends over time. One day, the princess asked the guard to let her go because they had grown so confident in each other. However, the soldier refused to grant the prince's request because he owed his king loyalty and obedience. Still, he responded to her, stating, "I know how to get out of here if that's what you want to do, but it will require significant sacrifice from you." She nodded, indicating that she would do whatever it took, and the soldier went on, "The prince is merely attracted to your beauty. He will send you far from the palace so no one can see you if you mutilate your face, and he will also remove any evidence of your existence. That's just the kind of vile, unhappy person he is." In response, the princess said, "Disfigure myself? And where am I going to go? If all I have is my beauty, then what will become of me? Who would want to interact with me, a ridiculously ugly and useless woman?" "I would," the soldier replied with assurance. He had fallen in love with the princess as a result of their daily conversations. "In my opinion, your inner beauty surpasses your external beauty." The princess realized then that she, too, had fallen in love with that straightforward and honorable soldier. She seized her guard's hand with tears in her eyes, and they sliced her face twice, deeply and lengthily, using his knife in both hands. Everything transpired precisely as the guard had predicted when the prince beheld his wife's face. The prince made up a dramatic story about her death and transported her as far away as he could, which increased his popularity with the populace. And so, deformed and free, the pretty face might at last find happiness with that straightforward and devoted soldier. He was the only one who, upon seeing her, would not swiftly turn away since he could always find his way to his heart in that face.